Welcome to Founders Focus. I want to talk to you about decision making and leadership. And we talked at the prior meeting. We talked about our vision at the Marriott about what frontline leadership meant. What was I thinking about what we're doing in the future. And one of the things that happened is that if I've been thinking about this for hundreds of hours, I can't expect that in a 6 or 8 hour meeting that I can communicate it to 150, 200 people. And sometimes we have to realize that when somebody's coming to you with a problem, they've really thought about it a lot more than you have. And when they're asking you for a solution or input on it, we might jump to the solution right away. Albert Einstein famously said, almost 80 years ago, he said, if I had a problem and I had an hour to solve the problem, I would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. And typically, as humans, we're wired to think about solutions. I'll be in a meeting where somebody maybe is not even involved in the problem, offers solutions right away, when really they didn't really think about the problem very much. And it's important when you're trying to figure out how to run your portion of the organization better, that you really spend some time looking at the problems before jumping to the solution. There's something called the impact filter. This is, if you go to the photo book, it'll say photo book, workbooks, strategic coach tools. That's what I belong to, and this is called the impact filter. And it asks you things like, what do you want to accomplish? That's the purpose. What's the importance? What's the biggest difference this will make? Ideal outcome. What does a completed project look like? Best result. If you take action, what happens? Worst result. If you don't take action, what happens? I know we have another one called Allure decision-making tool, a little bit more complex with a few more lines. You can use either one. But I'd like to start thinking about when we're doing frontline leadership and it seems like it gets shot down. Frequently that's because somebody who should be making a decision thought about it for a lot of hours and they spent a lot of time thinking about it. Maybe went to the conference, they learned something, they researched it, they're thinking about when they're riding their bike or when they're driving to work. And then they go to somebody that might have some perceived authority and they, in 5 minutes, tell them what their solution was. And the person might say, we can't do that, it's too expensive. Well, because they didn't invest all these hours into it. And I think when you're going forward to make decisions on your own, your decisions have to be more valid. You should explain the why. Why are you doing this? What difference does it make if we do it? And what's the worst thing that happens if we don't do it? What does a completed project look like? And using a tool like an impact filter, like this one here in the photo book, is helpful. Because then you've kind of documented your thoughts. And when you go to somebody, when you think you need to somehow free up some money or some other major paradigm decision, the person that you're talking to realizes that you put some effort into it and you've already gone through all those things. Because it's very easy for somebody to say no, because they're like saying, no, I don't want to spend hours thinking about this. I didn't really think about the problem enough. You just told me the solution and I shot the solution down. Well, if you start thinking about the problem and communicating the problem and how does the solution solve the problem and communicate that, then you can get what you want done. You can get things accomplished. So that's our Founders Focus today. I want to start talking more and more about what does frontline leadership mean. It doesn't mean we don't have leadership. We clearly have to have leadership. And it doesn't mean that everybody makes their own decision. Obviously, we got to work together as a team. But I want to create an environment where we have autonomy to make decisions with the most merit, where we have purpose. We have to know why we're making decisions, and obviously relatability in teams. So that's the Founders Focus. Thank you very much.